Welcome to our Heavenly Candidates Daily Devotion.
Our Bible reading for today is taken from the book of Luke chapter 10 verses 19 to 20. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding in this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice, because your names are written in heaven.
In Luke chapter 10 verses 19 to 20, Jesus speaks to all Christians and disciples the authority he has given us over spiritual forces. In Luke chapter 10 verses 19 to 20, Jesus sends out 72 of his disciples to go ahead of him and prepare the way for his ministry. He gives them instructions on how to conduct themselves and tells them what to expect as they go out into the world to preach the gospel. In Luke chapter 10 verses 19 to 20, Jesus tells us that we have the power to overcome the enemy and that nothing can harm us as we carry out our great commission of preaching the good news. When Jesus referenced serpents and scorpions, he only used it as a symbol to represent the spiritual forces of evil that we will encounter on our journey of living according to the will of God. The authority that Jesus has given to us over spiritual forces is rooted in the power of his name and his victory over sin and death through his death and resurrection. As followers of Jesus, he has given us the privilege and responsibility of continuing his work in the world, which includes proclaiming the gospel and confronting the forces of evil. The authority is not something that we possess inherently, but is a gift from Jesus himself. By granting his followers this authority, Jesus is acknowledging our role as his representatives on earth and empowering us to act in his name. This means that when we encounter spiritual forces of evil, we can rely on the power and authority of Jesus to overcome them. The language of treading on serpents and scorpions and having power over the enemy is indicating that we will face opposition and resistance from the devil in our mission of serving God in true holiness and righteousness. However, the promise that nothing shall hurt you does not mean that we will never face physical harm or danger. Rather, it means that our ultimate safety and protection come from our relationship with Jesus and our eternal destiny is in him. It is important to note that the authority given to us over spiritual forces is not a license to engage in spiritual warfare recklessly or arrogantly. The larger context of Luke's gospel emphasizes humility, service, and a focus on God's kingdom, rather than a preoccupation with power and status. Our authority over spiritual forces is ultimately a means to an end to the proclamation of the gospel and the expansion of God's kingdom. However, Jesus also cautions us not to place too much emphasis on this power. While it is important to recognize and use our authority over spiritual forces, the true source of our joy and confidence should be the fact that our names are written in the book of life. In other words, our ultimate salvation is secure, and we can take comfort in that fact even in the midst of difficult or dangerous circumstances. God is always with us. Luke chapter 10 verses 19 to 20 is verses that highlights the spiritual authority and protection that Jesus has given to his followers, while also reminding us to keep our focus on the bigger picture of our salvation and eternal destination, which is heaven. God bless you for listening to our daily devotion today. Please join us to spread the good news of our Lord Jesus Christ by sharing, commenting, like the video, and subscribe. Please follow Heavenly Candidates on our YouTube channel and Facebook. God bless you all, and we meet again tomorrow if Jesus tarries.